bumble seat grin. That old V8 wakes us up again. We like fast wheels and a back road bend. A little trouble with a full-grown trend. Keep it low when the engine talks. Dust on the boots as we hit them walks. Jukebox songs in the corner bar. We don't need much when we know who we are. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. That's our soul. If the night gets wild, we just let it roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. She wears red lips and a denim smile. Makes that whole room freeze for a while. I park it close where the gravel sings. Slide her the keys and I drop my rings. We dance real hard till the floorboards shake like the whole place gonna run and break. Neon glow on a cut glass face. Tar lines cut through the smoke and haze. When the crowd leans in and the drums hit hard. That's my kind of church in a tin roof yard. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Rock and roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. That's our soul. If the night gets wild, we just let it roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Take that highway, take that chance. Two-step rhythm in a rusted dance. Let the engine howl, let the people shout. We were born for the long way out. Yeah, we were born for the long way out. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Rock and roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. That's our soul. If the night gets wild, we just let it roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Rock and roll.
I left my desk a mess again today. Glue and paint scattered in disarray. Little tanks and planes in a silent parade, plotting their moves in the light soft fade. Oh, kid models dancing when I'm gone, breaking their wings till the crack of dawn. If only they'd learn to fix their gears instead of crashing into my souvenirs. The Spitfire is spinning like a disco ball. The Sherman tank's doing donuts down the hall. The pirate ship's waving its tiny sails, while the UFO's zipping over paper trails. Oh, kid models dancing when I'm gone, breaking their wings till the crack of dawn. If only they'd learn to fix their gears instead of crashing into my souvenirs. Tasty limbs strewn across the floor, they act like rebels, but I adore their midnight chaos, their tiny spree. But why can't they clean up after me? The biplane's tangled in the cobweb sky. The Viking longship gave a Viking cry. The robot's arm is lost somewhere in the bin. If they keep this up, I just can't win.
We roll out early on a Friday night, Chrome on the hood and the tank full tight. 3 good buddies and a rumble seat grin. That old V8 wakes us up again. We like fast wheels and a back road bend. A little trouble with a full-grown trend. Keep it low when the engine talks. Dust on the boots as we hit and walks. The jukebox hums in the corner bar. We don't need much when we know who we are. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Rock and roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. That's our soul. If the night gets wild, we just let it roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. She wears red lips and a denim smile. Makes that whole room freeze for a while. I park it close where the gravel sings. Slide her the keys and I drop my rings. We dance real hard till the floorboards shake, like the whole old place gonna run and break. Neon glow on a cut glass face. Guitar lines cut through the smoke and haze. When the crowd leans in and the drums hit hard, that's my kind of church in a tin roof's yard. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Rock and roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. That's our soul. If the night gets wild, we just let it roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Take that highway, take that chance. Two-step rhythm in a rusted dance. Let the engine howl, let the people shout. We were born for the long way out. Yeah, we were born for the long way out. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Rock and roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. That's our soul. If the night gets wild, we just let it roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Rock and roll. We roll out early on a Friday night. Chrome on the hood and the tank full tight. 3 good buddies and a rumble seat grin. That old V8 wakes us up again. We like fast wheels and a back road bend. A little trouble with a full-grown trend. Keep it low when the engine talks. Dust on the boots as we hit and walks. Jukebox hums in the corner bar. We don't need much when we know who we are. Cars and girls and rock and we roll out early on a Friday night. Chrome on the hood and the tank full tight. 3 good buddies and a rumble seat grin. That old V8 wakes us up again. We like fast wheels and a back road bend. A little trouble with a full-grown trend. Keep it low when the engine talks. Dust on the boots as we hit and walks. Jukebox hums in the corner bar. We don't
I left my desk a mess again today. Glue and paint scattered in disarray. Little tanks and planes in a silent parade. Moves in the light soft fade. Oh, kid models dancing when I'm gone, breaking their wings till the crack of dawn. If only they'd learn to fix their gears instead of crashing into my souvenirs. The Spitfire is spinning like a disco ball. The Sherman tank's doing donuts down the hall. The pirate ship's waving its tiny sails, while the UFO's zipping over paper trails. Oh, kid models dancing when I'm gone, breaking their wings till the crack of dawn. If only they'd learn to fix their gears instead of crashing into my souvenirs. Pasty limbs strewn across the floor. They act like rebels, but I adore their midnight chaos, their tiny spree. But why can't they clean up after me? The biplane's tangled in the cobweb sky. The Viking longship gave a Viking cry. The robot's arm is lost somewhere in the bin. If they keep this up, I just can't win.
we roll out early.
One. And if I did all this button pushing right, we are live. And hello, everybody. Max's Models here, and welcome to the live stream where we have Steve, Mike. I'm sorry, God. Who's Mike? We have Steve, Ken Zaywall. Unfortunately, Fran couldn't make it. And we have our good friend Sparky from up in the great north somewhere, where apparently it's hotter than Florida. And Sparky just said, Sparky's Model Garage, he just said the funniest thing. He said when he gets his model collection under control, and Steve and I went, ah! So, Sparky, why don't you just go ahead and kick off by telling everybody who you are and what you do?
Brian, Sparky's Model Salvage. I started out, you want the long story or you want the short version?
Brother, we're here to talk to you. You go whatever you want, whatever you want the world to know.
So I got back, I started building about 10 years ago. I built as a kid, barely, but I mean, it was like, a bunch of glue bombs. About 10 years ago, I was going through a rough time in my life and I needed a hobby, so I started building. And when I started, my first one that I did, when I told myself I did not want to do nice cars because of the fact that I can't do shiny stuff. I can't do that. So I knew I wanted to do junk stuff. And I did a replica of my work truck that I had a while back, and I like completely nailed it. So I knew I was onto something. So I made the Facebook page. As I started building more, people on the Facebook page were telling me I need a YouTube channel. I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. And I was kind of inspired by Vice Grip Garage after watching an episode of him, because somebody said one of my cars looked like something he would drive, and I didn't know what it was. So I Googled it, found him, and I thought, hell, that's like, he's just himself. Like I could tell that guy was himself, and I was like, just be myself. And then I did it, and did some tutorials on there and figured out like, okay, well, you can actually get monetized and make money off of it. So I was like, my goal then was to get monetized, but I didn't want to just do models. I wanted to do car shows too. So started recording car shows, doing shorts on the car shows, and everything just kind of like progressed and took off. And I had like 9 viral videos last October. I got like over 15 million views on those, something like that, something crazy. One got like almost 4 million views. It was just a 60-second short on a Mustang. It wasn't anything special, but it blew up the channel. And then it just kind of went crazy after that. And then was doing tutorials on like full builds on model cars and how I do it from beginning to finish and some other stuff. And then I didn't want to do like a boring channel, so me and my wife, she has kind of like a little character that she does, Ophelia, and she comes in as the like mail order English Britain bride, and she says the dumbest shit, and it's just like it gets crazy. And we just
but you guys found it. But you found a great shtick.
Yeah, we do just different skits and stuff, and we come up with different ideas. And sometimes she'll just pop in when I'm recording and say something, and I'm just like, oh God, like. And then last January, I kept on buying collections and putting them on here. Like, what did I buy today, and why did I buy this? Like, so if you go into my playlist, you'll see that. Like, why did I, what did I buy today, and why did I buy this? That's the title of the thing, or something like that. And people are asking me, how you sell that? Well, you sell that? No. Well, so many people were asking me. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go buy a collection and just try it once. And as soon as I did it, it like immediately took off. It wasn't even like a hesitation. As soon as I posted stuff on there that I have for sale, it immediately took off. And I just went with it, and now all of a sudden, now I'm doing this full time, and that was just in January. And
Yeah,
now,
your thing is taking off amazingly fast.
yeah, and now it's become my full time job, where my other business has become more of my part time, and I've gone all over the Midwest buying collections and stuff, and it's just crazy.
How many kits do you turn over in a week on average?
If I do a video, let's just say if I do 4 or 5 videos a week, I bet you I will sell 300 to 500.
Wow.
Now, I think part of the reason for that is Fran. I met you through Fran. You know, he said you got to chat with this guy. That's who connected the connective tissue, and he was real happy with the dealing. I think there were some Johan kits, but anyway, and I know I've talked to you about some stuff you got, and I think one of the reasons you're selling so well is that you're basically you're flipping. You know, not going to mark it up some stupid price and wait for somebody. I'm just going to keep keep it going. A little markup and boom, and you got some really great deals going on there.
Well, I've been self-employed for 20 years, and I had a retail business for 5 years, and actually it was on eBay, and I quit that because I kept on getting screwed over by eBay. So, and at the time I was getting screwed over by PayPal too. So I quit all that and started my washing business, and that took over. So I just wiped all that off, and I just said, I'm not doing this no more. Well, then now all of a sudden I'm selling, doing something else, and I'm back on eBay. And eBay's way different now, but I just got back on eBay about a month ago. But what I've learned from other business owners and stuff too is like, you can how can I you don't price stuff at the highest price and wait for somebody to buy it.
Right.
If you have something, let's just throw out something like if you pay $10 for it and it's selling for 30, but it's not selling a lot at 30, sell it at 20. Move it.
Yeah.
And turn it into money.
And a lot of, because it's just dead money just sitting there. And, if you move, the more stuff that you move, the more product you move at a decent price, the more money you're going to make because you're turning stuff over. Yeah. And I see all these vendors at shows that are like selling stuff. It's like, Jesus, you can buy that on eBay for less than what you're asking for it. And I know you didn't buy it for any more than $20.
Well, I have a suspicion that part of it is a lot of these guys are collectors, and they see it as a collector's thing, whereas you're a businessman who's buying them to sell them, to turn them into cash. You're not having them just because of the rarity or anything. It's a product. Whereas other people see it as this form of industrial art that must be only allowed to be acquired by the true connoisseur. Two completely different frames of thought.
Yeah.
Well, and then you have the guy who was at the Nationals last year in Virginia who was selling everything for $5.
Oh my God. And I bought some of it too. I have no shame. I kind of wish I just said, give me the whole box,
If I was down there, I would have bought his whole table.
I should have. You're exactly the kind of guy he needs to bump into, because he's like, he bought them in lots. He's like, they're not doing me any good sitting on the table.
Yeah, and I've been known to buy out tables at shows.
Well, they love it when you come by.
Yeah, I kind of got a reputation around here now where after I bought out my first table, everyone was like, "Oh, that guy." So now I walk into a show, they're like, "Oh, Sparky's here, who has stuff to sell." Like,
there are two ways to know that you become a character. It's either you're referred to as that guy or it's him.
Yeah.
Fran was saying he just bought another Johan thing from you today. So his addiction, he says affliction, I call it addiction, continues.
It's an addiction.
But it's an affliction when it's a bad thing. It's an addiction when you want it to happen. But
I like building too, but I haven't had time to build since I started doing this. Since I bought the first collection, it's just like my room is a complete disaster. And the one thing I've bought, I don't know, 24 collections now, I think I'm up to. And out of every collection, I will take a build up and put it in there. Well, then, one build up turns into 5 or 20. And so, like, I got a bunch of build ups in my room now.
We
people.
understand. We know.
And it's like, I told myself I was not going to do that. I was
Sparky,
not going to.
Sparky.
It's just like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Sparky.
So,
Sparky, you're not alone.
Yeah, I know.
There are a whole bunch of people online right now just going, oh, yeah.
You're preaching to the choir.
We call it Tuesday.
When you're trying to just buy and sell, it's like still hard to like not. Like, yeah, I want that.
I know.
I can always sell it later.
Every one of us is guilty of exactly that. I have bought entire collections because I wanted one model that was in the collection. And the irony is, this is the part that still, because eBay is the Wild West of buying stuff, it's a true free market. I actually paid less for the whole collection than some people wanted for that one model. Because to them it wasn't a collectible; it was just another one in the stack. Now you roll the dice on eBay as if the model's complete, but I've had them come incomplete. I've had them come with extra parts. So, the most of the models I have were gifts from the Glue Troopers, who have been extremely generous, including almost all of these. But one thing I'm learning though is that. I used to hate the little 1/72 scale stuff because it was so small and hard to work with. But as I fill the house up, I realize, hey, at least when I'm done, I can find a place to put it. I start building these big things, and I'm kind of like, oh, they're easy to work on. Now, what am I going to do? Rent another house?
Right.
Which, by the way, that has been floated in conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, we get a lot of stuff. Not a lot, but about every other week we'll get something from a fan, and it's usually a kit that they built, like, oh, this will look nice in your diorama, and so I got a big junkyard diorama. It's about 3 feet deep and 14 feet long. And
I call that my display shelf.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, then the most recent one that I got from guy, I'm gonna show you this. It was built, but USPS just decided to play soccer with the box.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
So I got to rebuild all that.
Or put it in the junkyard as is.
How does the tire get up underneath the hood?
Hey, they're the United States Postal Service. They're the United States Postal Service. They got skills.
I've had that happen numerous times for kits I built for people, and I packed them really well, bubble wrap, peanuts, you name it, and they opened the box and there were pieces all off the car, and I'm like, how did this happen?
That was the one you sent to Mike.
Right. Well, I just did that Mustang for the bad blonde, the one that was just like her car, and it showed up, the front wheel was off, the bumper was off. I said, how did this happen? The car was all wrapped in bubble with peanuts in the box. And
you do know that they don't show it at the post office. Up front, they have the scales. In back, they have the paint shakers.
Yeah. It's more like the box crushers.
Sparky, I am going to run your video on the armor you were talking about. If you want to explain, let me fit to screen. I'm not exactly sure why this is coming in sideways, but you want to talk about all of these armor models and there's some airplanes. It's your military stuff, because I know you don't normally do military.
So I bought a collection. This guy passed away, and his habit was he would go to the hobby store and buy 5 to 6 at a time. And he did it for about 2 years. But then his weird thing was he would open up the kits, take some stuff off the spruce, put it back in the box, maybe assemble a motor block only, and put it back in. But then some of the pieces he would take out of the box and like they just disappeared. So like a lot, I would say 80% of the kits that you see here came from that collection.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just, when you open it up, it's just in, 200 pieces. So you can't tell if everything's there now. I've sold off a good majority of it, but that's what I have left, and I just want to dump it all.
Some of those are pretty new. And what
Yeah.
do you just tell everybody what you're offering, so if anybody's interested, they can contact you.
If somebody was to buy them all, I would say like $20 a piece.
I gotta admit, I actually considered it, but I had to. I was like an alcoholic with his face plastered to a liquor store, and like, just say no, Max, just say no.
Yeah,
guys,
I don't do military. I'm not trying to do military. It just came with the collection, everything else I got. So.
and even if they aren't complete, I mean, there's enough in there. There's a lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah.
And some of those kits, like the Ghost to Kiev, are pretty freaking new, also.
Yeah, there's a lot of these are newer kits.
I think one or two of them are still in the shrink wrap, also. And
yeah, that didn't come out of that collection.
I almost called you about a couple of helicopters because I built the Apache years ago and it got destroyed. And I was like, oh, there's another one. There's one right there. And you also had that H-34, the presidential helicopter, the Marine Corps helicopter, to bore you with a little. A lot of people know this. Before the Marine Corps had the presidential helicopter mission, the Army had it, and they flew that same type of helicopter. And I actually worked for the very first Army helicopter pilot, presidential helicopter pilot, General Harry Harper. After he retired, he was part owner in a business I flew for, and so I was saying, man, I could get that helicopter and just do it up in the Army markings, which are almost identical. That would, and his helicopter is the one that's in the Smithsonian in the Air and Space. That big H-34 that says Army, that's dressed. That was his helicopter. It was the first presidential helicopter, and he really liked flying Kennedy, and he liked flying Eisenhower. But when Johnson became president, he said, "You know what? I'll take a posting in Vietnam." Read into that whatever you want, but so anyway,
we do watch your channel, see.
But yeah, Wild Dad says a lot of those kits are 60 plus. Yeah, but they're all in parts, and there might be pieces missing, but still a great deal. And quite frankly, probably anything that's missing can be fabricated or picked out of another kit. But I actually really sat and thought about it. Like, dude, you've got so much on your plate, which brings up the next thing. I'm sure, judged by the number of videos you put out in a day and all the irons you have in the fire, you're busy as heck. Why don't you just give us a real quick rundown of what a day in the life of Sparky's like now that you're the big entrepreneur? Up at 5 to wake up the rooster.
I'm usually up about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning every morning, because my wife goes to work around then too. So I pretty much just go get breakfast and come in. If I'm off, I go get breakfast, and I'm out here by 6 in the morning. And I mean, it's not really much of a job to me, because I enjoy doing this.
And you got the perfect job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's and I like the whole selling part, and a lot of people don't sell online because of the fact they hate it, and they just can't stand the shipping, and they can't say, well, I did it for 5 years, so like I got experience in it, so it doesn't bother me. And I mean, I'll stay out here for 10, 12, 14 hours sometimes.
Is that air conditioned, or are you out in the heat?
No, it's air conditioned.
Oh, well, that makes all the difference.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, there's a ton there's so much out here to do. There's always something out here to do.
Do you have the stuff arranged any particular way, or do you just know where everything's at? You just know where everything's at. I can tell by that's not your system, as you know where the stuff's at.
it's one of those things that I say, like, anybody else comes in here, it's going to be a complete cluster. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, like, but to me, it's an organized mess. I know where stuff is within a vicinity, and I've seen this stuff so many times that I can be like, oh, yeah, I got one of those under there. It's the second box down. Go to the right. Yes, in that box somewhere. You know, type of thing. So it's, I know what's going on in here. What screws me up is if somebody comes in here and they move stuff around. The first rule that I have is like, if you're pulling something out of a box, make sure what you don't buy goes right back in that box or on that shelf. Because if you don't, I will be looking for it for a day.
Yep.
You know, like, put stuff back. Like, don't be moving stuff around like that. Like, move it to look at it, but don't just put it back if you're not going to get it.
So, what did you do? You got any hot deals pending you want to talk about? I know don't you have some huge shipment coming your way?
Well, yeah, next Thursday we're going out west to get 2,500 to 3,500 kits.
Where, pray tell, are you going to put those?
Well,
I know that
all right,
look.
so the big boxes that you can get from Walmart and the big U-Haul boxes, they fit 20 to 30 each.
Mhm.
So I'm cleaned out a side of my garage that they're all going to go in there, and they're not coming in this room. They're going to come in like 1 or 2 boxes at a time. I'll film them and sell them, and then, you know, just keep on bringing stuff in. But eventually, see, I don't work in the winter, so I'm off I got 4 months off, 4 to 5 months off in the winter. And then I'm usually out here every night. I'll do a short video every night, and almost every night, and maybe do like, because for everything that's in here, I can't show everything in one video. If I did that, I would be in here for 20 hours the next day selling stuff. I can't do that. So I'll just do little short ones, and like, I'll show maybe 50 to 100 models and sell some of those off, and, you know, push them aside and do the next round the next day or something like that, you know. And so, I mean, I got a system.
Do you ship to Canada? Because we have a lot of Canadian. Oh, okay.
No, and I've been asked numerous times, and
it's not. I've done the shipping to Canada, and any international is just, if it was just one time, that's one thing. But if you got a dozen, that's a dozen customs forms you got to fill out and declarations.
Right,
I mean,
and I'm not doing that. I don't have time for that. It's just it.
You find yourself spending more and more time on your phone, taking orders and emails and all that stuff than I mean, because I have found of late that I'm spending a lot more time on my computer between making videos and answering emails and stuff. It is, the channel gets bigger. And I'm not. That's not a complaint. It's just an observation.
Well, so it's when I make my videos, I actually have, like, I'm doing this live on my YouTube phone.
Mm-hmm.
And so my other business obviously is run through, you know, my phone, my main phone. And then when I edit videos, I have editing apps on both phones. I never use a computer to edit any of the videos. All my filming is done on my iPhone. And the reason I do that is because the phone's always accessible. Who carries around a camera all the time? You know, like an actual camera, not a phone, but an actual camera. You always have a camera on you when you have your phone.
I just looked over my camera on the tripod. It's giving me an ugly look.
Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but like, there's a lot of other successful YouTubers.
No, but I'm just thinking, it's over there on the desk on a tripod. I haven't used it in a month.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. So I mean, there's so many YouTubers out there that have millions of subscribers, and they don't even own a camera. No, they have phones. Well, you know, that's they do.
What we call a phone is a camera and a computer and
so I'm always on both my phones, both of them, because one's the YouTube phone. I got like 3,000 shorts on there from car shows and stuff like that. I use that for mainly my filming. Then I got my main phone that I have, that everybody that watches the videos, they have my number by now, you know, because selling and stuff, and then my other businesses run through it. But like my YouTube phone, there's only now 3 people that have that number, and you're one of them. You know,
I have an app on my
no
phone.
Reason for anybody to have it.
Yeah, I have an app on my phone, and all of my Eric celebrating vintage model, because I only use my iPhone, and all of my on the road videos were done on my Galaxy because I wasn't going to schlep a camera with me on the road when I was working.
Yeah.
And to be honest, given the processing power and the cameras on modern phones, they do a pretty good job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Killed
I
the
mean,
point and
I
shoot
heard.
camera.
Huh? What?
Killed the point and shoot camera business.
Oh yeah. Oh, Steve was involved. You want to tell him real quick?
About what?
You were involved in the point and shoot business, weren't you?
Well, yeah, I worked in the camera business for years. And I worked for Olympus and Kyocera, and a smaller company that made single-use 35 millimeter, and we made point and shoots. You know, once cell phone cameras came out, that was it. There was no need for a point and shoot camera. You carried it with you all the time, and you could email your picture.
You know, I don't think anything has altered society like not just the internet, but particularly the modern cell phone with the camera and everything, where anybody can, in the internet, where anybody can video something, have it online in 5 seconds. I think that has been one of the things. It kind of goes unnoticed, but think about it, this didn't exist 10, 15 years ago. It's been one of the biggest disruptors. Think about how many businesses have died because of it.
Samsung was ahead of the curve. They made a 35 millimeter point shoot camera and had Wi-Fi in it.
There you go. Yeah.
So you could take a picture and you could email it, but it didn't catch on. And then,
well, they were a little ahead of the game.
They were a little ahead of the game. And then once they came out with the iPhone and then the Android phones after that, well, that was it. You didn't need a camera anymore. You carried it with you.
We probably all remember 2 big companies that are virtually non-existent now, Kodak and Polaroid.
Yep.
Yeah. So what's the furthest you've traveled to pick up a lot?
So we live about an hour and a half away from Chicago, west. But like most people think, like, oh, you're living in Illinois, you're in Chicago. No, we're in the country.
Yeah, like Joliet
we're in the country.
Okay.
Like
Where do you live in Moline?
I am actually from Moline.
Okay.
Really?
That's my hometown.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Moline is an hour west of us. But I've been up to Detroit 3 times, Indianapolis about 4 or 5 times, Grand Rapids once, but now we're going all the way out near Denver next week.
Wow. That's a hike.
That is a hike.
Yeah.
But for 2,500 kits, that's a year's inventory.
How big is your trailer?
I got 24-foot enclosed, and then I got new Chevy with a 6.5 foot bed, but it has a high topper on it.
Okay.
So
you got 30 feet.
Yeah. I mean, I have a small 12-foot trailer enclosed, and my first buy was 1,000 kits, and I bought it just for that. And I thought, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to start. I need this trailer. So we put 1,000 kits in there, and it didn't even fill. I filled about 2/3 of it up. Maybe not even that. Maybe just a half. So like 24 feet. I know I can get 3,000 to 4,000 in there easily.
Are you towing with a truck or a car?
What?
Are you towing with a truck or a car?
My truck.
Oh, okay, so you got the bed of the truck too.
Yeah, yeah.
Or as we call it, overflow storage.
Yeah.
But you know what you should put on the tar of your truck? Styrene pirate. And I take it these are mostly car kits you're going to get.
Yes. Yeah, he actually told me he really doesn't have any NASCAR unless I want the NASCAR.
And you told him, no, you don't want it. No.
I said, Court. The first thing I do when I buy a collection is ask him, okay, how many NASCAR and how many Corvettes do you have? Because let's just eliminate that out of the whole equation right now.
Are they lousy? Are they poor sellers?
Yeah,
What?
they're terrible.
They're
not
terrible
worth anything.
sellers.
Yeah, they're horrible.
They're horrible. Nobody
horrible.
wants them, and they're worth nothing.
No.
When I moved 7 years ago to where I live now, and I had to get rid of a bunch of stuff, and I got rid of like 400 model kits, and like 100 of them were NASCAR kits. And the guy I sold everything to, because I had a whole bunch of other stuff, and he took it, and he goes, "I don't want the NASCAR kits. I don't care what you do with them."
Oh, wait, they still make NASCAR models. So what's the story?
Because they're old molds, except for the new gen cars. The Salvino's thing is he just makes boxes and decals. They're the old monogram molds, so it doesn't really cost him that.
So
much
they're
to
just
make
making
that.
these things because they're cheap to make.
And because he puts decals on them for kits that nobody ever made. Because there were a ton of NASCAR cars, but they only made the ones that were the
big
sort of
winners.
popular
Yeah,
ones. Yeah.
So, Sparky, what do we have on the horizon? Big. Other than the big pickup for the 2500, what do you got going on for the rest of your car shows? Or anything exciting on the horizon?
We do a lot of car shows. We're supposed to actually go to one today, but her Monte Carlo, has a slow draw from the battery. I just put a brand new battery in it 4 days ago, and I have a tender on it, and it's drawn more than what the tender's putting out. So something's wrong there.
God, I hate electrical problems. They're so hard to trace down.
Well, we just got a new motor in it and stuff, but and it's all electric now. It's all fuel injected with programmer stuff. But
that's the GM mark of excellence.
But we do a lot of car shows, and we're into big rat rod shows. And
do you bring kits when you go to these shows and set up a?
No, I don't need to.
Oh, okay.
I can get on here and do a video and
do more.
Sell as many and stay at home. So I mean, it's just like I'm already signed up for 2 shows next year, and I don't even know why I signed up for them, because of the fact that I don't need to do it. So I'll probably just say just keep the money and sell off the tables, because I just don't need to do it. I like to go to as far as the model shows and model car shows. When I go there, I like to just film and just talk to people, because I'm
enjoy the experience. Don't work.
Yeah,
enjoy.
I'm immediately recognized as soon as I walk in the door.
You going to the IPF? You going to the show in Fort Wayne, the Nationals?
When is it?
It's in August.
Depending on which weekend it is.
Wait, yeah, okay.
I can look it up real quick. I was thinking about going, but I got so much going on. I'm not sure I can wedge it in there.
I know we're going to Acme. We're definitely going to Acme. And then we're going next week to the grand opening of the Model Car Museum.
Right, the Model Car Museum.
Yeah.
That's actually what I wanted to go to, but August 5th. So exactly 1 month from tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the Nationals.
And 1 month from tomorrow, August 5th. But I mean, I want to go. I went last year, had a blast. Steve even came. I mean, it was really so. It was
I could have said I had a blast.
You mean August 8th?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You said the 5th is on a Wednesday.
Oh,
see, August 8th is a big rat rod show up in Wisconsin.
Oh, so you're going to be at that?
We'll be at that.
Why did I say it says? Okay, IPMS Nationals, August 5 through 8. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So you could go ahead if 5, 6, or 7 if you wanted to, but yeah, I know what you mean. A little too much time on the road, it gets old.
Yeah, I mean, I've been all over the Midwest, so I mean, just to drive to Lincoln, Nebraska is really it's not really that far. It's only 6 hours, and I've been to Indianapolis well over 50 times. Driving to Chicago. If you live in a big city, you live anywhere like New York, Chicago, LA, places like that, 2 hours of driving in a day is nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like going to the convenience store and coming back. Like it's just
Yeah.
it doesn't.
He's right.
It's nothing. It's your daily thing, you know. So like 4 hour drive for me that's a nice drive.
I used to go to India all the time as part of my job and a few other places, but I found that the true hot spot was Terre Haute.
Yeah, Tyrone. Yeah, Tyrone's nice.
It's because you went to get your records from Columbia House.
There you go. I wondered how many people got that reference. But I guess with everything that's going, I guess everything that's going on, you like you say, you don't have much time to build. Do you have any on the table projects right now, or is it all just buying and selling and doing this?
I can't remember what I have.
Or where I put it. It might be in one of these boxes.
I would say I would take the phone into the other room and show you the table, but there's nothing to see because it's an overflow of like, oh hey, I think I'm gonna keep this. Oh hey, I'm gonna keep this. Oh hey, I like take that times 100. That's what's back there right now.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can't see anything. I don't know what I worked on last. I don't know.
That's like the unofficial Douglas aircraft parts room. Apparently, where they built the DC-9s and the DC-10s, there was a wall that had a gap. And when they would try to put a part on that turned out to be defective, to save time, they would just throw the part over the wall and go get a proper one. And they did this for 30 or 40 years. So when they sold out to and they shut the factory down, they were tearing the building down. This wall comes down, and there's thousands of twisted and bent airplane parts, over there. No one can even figure out what some of them were. I mean, going back to like DC Force.
It's been just over 6 months since I've been in like even touched a model like that, tried and built one. So I have no idea. No idea.
Is there anything right now that you're particularly trying to get rid? I mean, we know about the military stuff, or does any of this stuff like I want to move this next, or is it just whatever comes up, or any rhyme or reason, anything behind you? You're like, oh, I want to. Any great deals you want to show everybody? Ooh, here's one for you. Or anything rare?
I mean, I think I got some rare stuff, but it's a lot. I got a lot of high price stuff. I got a lot of big scale stuff. I had one collection I got where about 80% of it was big scale, and there was about 400 kits.
Jeez.
Wow.
And you talk about, yeah, that took up the entire trailer because they were all big kits. Like we almost got to the point where we could maybe get 5 more in there. Then we had to start putting them in the bed of the truck. But we filled up the entire trailer, like front, back, side to side, top to bottom of big kits. And I've sold a lot of them, but this collection was really weird because he had a lot of 16th scale funny cars. And like I'm looking at some of them right now, like the Chi-Town Hustler.
Yeah.
He had like 9 of those.
Wow.
The Hawaiian, he had like 8 of those. Jungle Gyms, I think he had about a dozen or so. The Revolutions, he had over 20.
Wow.
Huh.
That's a nice.
I just like, why do you have? And then the resin bodies, I've already sold off 20 or 30. He had the 16 scale resin bodies.
Wow.
And about 20 of them were the same ones.
He might have got a lot deal.
He had about 40.
I'm guessing he just got a lot deal somewhere. Somebody had too many in stock, or
Like the big 1/8. Is it a 1/8 scale Camaro? Like the IROCs and stuff? Yeah, there's 4.
The 69.
You still got any?
Huh?
You still got any of them? The 1/8 scale?
I think there's a couple on the other garage that I haven't even brought in here yet.
Slugo says he wants a 1/16 scale. He says Jungle Pam. I think he means Jungle Jim, but
No, he means Jungle Pam.
Oh, Jungle Pam. Oh, okay.
Yes, she was the girl who backed him up.
Okay.
You should know better from Sluggo.
Yeah, I should have seen that one coming.
She wore hot pants and a halter top and would back them up.
What
after
was
his
the one
burnout.
you were talking about? The guy who had the truck with the whale?
Oh, Tyrone Malone.
You don't have any of those, do you?
Well, nobody made the whale truck.
Oh, nobody made the whale truck. That was a missed
I know
opportunity.
that name.
It's the Beatnik Bandit and the Papa truck and the
Yeah.
Yep. When I worked at AMT, we made those, and he was quite a character. I knew him, and he was a funny guy. But boy, we sold the heck out of those kits. He was kind of like the Charlie Harper of the truck industry.
Oh God! Didn't Harper start? See the one that developed intermodal?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about from Charlie Harper from 2.5 Men.
Oh! I'm sorry. I conflated that with. I saw a documentary recently on the guy who invented the intermodal unit, and of which the trucking company started, and how it became like the biggest freight hauler in the world. And
all right, let's tell the story of Tyrone Malone.
Go ahead.
What happened was he used to own a GMC dealership in the Bay Area in the 70s. He had a partner. The partner disappeared and stole all the money out of the business. And so he owes the bank like $75,000, which in the 70s is a fair amount of money.
That's about $750,000 today.
So he's trying to figure out what to do. He's sitting in front of his TV one day, had a little too much to drink, and he watches on the news that tons of people have gone out to the beach to see a whale that died and washed up on the shore. And he's looking at this and he thinks, people would pay to see a whale, a dead whale.
Now, let's take a snapshot here. A guy who's pretty much just lost everything to see in his world implode sees a dead aquatic mammal on a beach and thinks to himself in his drunken stupor, I'll bet people would pay to see that.
Yep.
Okay, so let's just go with the. Remember, it was the 70s. There was still LSD floating around.
So he goes to the bank and he convinces the bank. I'd like to go to this bank. He convinces the bank to loan him another $150,000 to build a trailer that he could put the whale in and freeze it in liquid nitrogen. So he could go around and show the whale and charge people to see it.
Again, let's take a snapshot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 75 grand in the hole. I want to borrow twice that amount to get a dead marine mammal, put it on ice, and get people to pay to see it. And he sold them on it.
And yeah, he was a great salesman, let me tell you. And so he goes to Fruhoff and has them make a trailer that you could walk in, and it had a big glass window and it was sealed. And then the whale would be in there in frozen liquid nitrogen. So he turns around and has to fill out papers with the state of California because he had to tell them that he wanted the next dead whale that was about 40 feet and he wanted to buy it. A couple weeks go by, they built the truck, the state calls him up, we have your whale. Great. So he pays them like a minuscule sum. I think it was like
they were glad to get it off the beach.
They just wanted it off the beach, okay? They put it in the truck. He goes down to Fisherman's Wharf with a friend of his. Got a brand new truck and the trailer, whole 9 yards. And he's no permits, nothing. He sets the truck up. And he said,
Did we mention it was the 70s?
He says, I didn't know if this was going to work. He says, I went across the street to the bar. He says, I had to get a drink. He says, I ordered a whiskey straight up. And he says, and I look out the window and there's a line of people lined up as far as the eye could see, waiting to go and pay 50 cents to see this whale. And he says, so I said to the bartender, make it a double.
And he did this for years.
Wait, so he turns around and it works, and he goes all over the country. He goes to every fair, every racetrack, every county event, you name it, you got it, makes a ton of money. Now he decides what's the next act. So he says, I wonder what the land speed record is for trucks. And he looks it up, and the land speed record at the time for trucks was like 89 miles an hour. So he goes and buys a truck. Him and his buddy customize the body.
Now we're talking about a tractor trailer, right? I mean, a big semi, not a little truck.
Yeah, but it's just the cab with the engine.
Right, but it's a semi tractor.
Yeah. Okay. They do the body up. They paint it red, white, and blue. He goes to Bonneville, sets the world's land speed record, okay, for trucks. Now he goes around the country with the truck, the whale. Now he decides he has to have another truck so he could do match racing. And he gets Bandag to sponsor him, the tire company. They put the Bandag Bandit together, and then they built the haulers for them. He goes all over the country, makes a ridiculous fortune. So we see this. We made the same cabs. We didn't make the haulers. We signed an agreement with them. We make all the kits. We made a matchbox car of the two trucks. We made a racing slot car set with the thing. He made an absolute fortune. And those kits are still selling today.
I mean, it all began with a bankrupt car salesman and a dead whale.
Yep. It started with Whale. That was the book.
You couldn't write that as fiction.
No, you couldn't. And I tried to get Tom. I had about a 2-hour discussion with Tom Lowe at Toy Fair in 2000 because he wanted to know everything he could about him and the whale truck, trying to get him to make the whale truck. And he just didn't do it because I thought that would have been perfect.
Sparky, if you come across any of those, give us a shout.
Every time I get a Tyrone Malone truck, it's gone.
I bet it is. See, he's still popular.
Yeah, and I Googled what $75,000 back in 1975 was. It was $467,000 today.
There you go. So he was $500,000 in the hole. And he rounded it up to $1 million.
Unfortunately, he died. He was setting up a truckers museum in Phoenix, and he got killed in a car accident on the way back to California.
He was still pretty young, wasn't he?
He was like in his 50s.
That's young. I'm 64. That's young.
He was quite a character, but he was hysterical. He was absolutely.
And I also understand he was quite successful with the ladies.
Oh, let me tell you something. We would have him come to sales meetings. He'd hang out in the bar. There wasn't a night he went to his room with less than 2.
I want to be Tyrone when I grow up.
I ran into him one time in Vegas. His trucks were all parked behind. They were parked behind Bally's, and I saw his truck. And I went up to his motorhome, and I knocked on the door. And this scantily clad woman in negligee comes to the door. And I was like, hi. I said, is Jerry here? Because his real name was Jerry. She goes, well, let me ask him. And
Jerry, are you here?
There's somebody here for you, Jerry. And he comes, hey, Steve, buddy, what are you doing? Come on in. He would get up in the morning and he would drink red Kool-Aid with vodka all day long. That was his drink of choice. But he was quite a character. But
do you ever get the idea that there are some people who don't really live in this world? They're just kind of visiting on vacation.
Well, let me tell you, he was having a good time.
Oh my God, I cannot help but admire that man.
Those kids sell like crazy.
Yeah.
I have to be careful because when I watch Sparky's videos, I always go, I'm just going to watch them. Oh, I want that. No, look away, look away. And then, I want that. No, look away, look away.
I have one guy that's probably bought close to 1,000 kits for me.
Wow.
Okay. That is a customer that you cultivate and protect.
Yeah. He actually has told me, stop sending me videos. I need to get caught up. And then as soon as I do that,
because why are you stopping sending them to me?
He orders stuff the next day off the next video. I was like, you told me to stop. I didn't. This is on you.
Face it, Sparky, you're a pusher. You're a styrene pusher.
My friends that come over here that actually build, they call me the drug dealer.
Oh yeah.
They're like, this is worse than a drug addiction.
Yeah.
I've
You're
had
their
people,
pusher.
Yeah, there's no rehab for model
I've
builders.
had people tell me that they've been addicted to crack like 30 years ago, and they're like, this is way worse.
It is. It is. It's crazy.
What do you got around you that's interesting? I'll bet you if you start holding up models, somebody's going to buy one.
Or many.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Just reach up and grab one. It's model time, boys and girls. It's show and tell. In fact, I tell you what, I'm gonna make you big and me and Steve small, so the people can see it better here.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I see those funny cars.
As soon as you tell me to go.
Okay, hang on. I got to unpin us real quick so the screen.
Yeah.
Hold on, I got to unpin me here real quick. That'll make us okay. Go for it.
All right, so these are all the ones that are on eBay right now.
Oh. There's your Trans Am, Steve.
Yeah, don't go there.
Oh, an IMC kit. All right.
These things came out of a collection, and I thought they were just die-cast cars. They're like $150 a piece.
Jesus.
Ooh,
it's ridiculous.
GT and the Mark II.
Yeah, I have a Franklin Mint one. That's like $350.
Oh, what's it? Oh, there's a 112 Camaro. I didn't even know they made a 112 Camaro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have much of the Chi-Town Hustlers left.
Yeah.
Jungle Gems.
The Revolution with all the paint schemes and the Hawaiian.
Yeah. Those are the big ones, right?
Yeah.
16 scale.
Yeah.
GTO Ferrari.
Stay on him.
Datsun.
Max, stay on him.
What do you mean stay on him?
You're on the screen. I'm looking at you instead of what he's showing.
Trust me, I'm watching it on YouTube. It's showing the stuff. It's just something the way your computer's reading it.
But yeah, that's all on eBay.
Hey, wait a minute. That Lindbergh hot rod, that customizing T, those are like vintage kits. Steve, isn't that aren't those like old vintage Lindbergh kits? The 3-in-1 jobs?
Yes, those are good kits, those 3-in-1 kits.
There you go, boys and girls. I know some of y'all have been looking for stuff like that. I've heard
like those Revolutions. That just got repopped as the Rich Jarasco Duster funny car.
There's all the Corvettes you didn't want.
No, I actually sold about 62 Corvettes to one guy yesterday.
Well, I'm not surprised there'd be a super fan for the vets. I mean, it is the vet.
But this is what's on sale. After I get off the live stream with you, I'm dropping this video tonight because I already have it saved up there.
Ton of Novas. I had a 74 Nova Spirit of America. They never made a kit of that one.
Yeah, you think there's a reason why?
Oh, that wasn't a bad car. I liked it. I could tell you stories, but they'd get me in trouble.
This is the box I knocked down earlier.
Oh, that's all the car bodies. Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. But I was like, clean up aisle 4.
I built the Color Me Gun. We actually had Branch.
This is all the Aurora stuff.
Keeler stuff.
There's Keeler stuff. Okay, Jim, there's your stuff.
Yep. But that's all the military stuff.
There's all the military stuff. I'm having to bite my lip right now before I commit myself to something stupid.
But here, I'll show you. Show you this.
Ooh, lots of stuff.
This is a mess right now because like I explained, like, see, that's my workbench. Like what, I don't know what I got going on back there. But
I built that Monte Carlo.
But yeah, this is all it's my diorama.
That's great. You know what you need to, with all those cars packed in like that, what you need to paint on that diorama is like one of the alien ships from Independence Day where they're in the big traffic jam.
But yeah, someday I'll get back to all that.
That or just to put Godzilla in the background, that would work also. And the time is 54
All
after
right,
the
it's
hour.
7:54, so it's
We have this running
56
gag. How long
minutes.
before I say mention Godzilla?
Whoever had 56 minutes won.
I'll show you out here then too.
We're going into the annex. Oh, that's your wife's Monte Carlo?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry you got that power leak, man.
77?
75.
Five.
I hate electrical problems. Those old cars, they can be so hard to track down.
Well, we got 6.0 in it now, and the system we have in there, it has a slow draw on it. And
Don't you just love how much room there is under the hood in these old cars?
oh, I told her we could put a Cummins in there if you wanted.
Yeah.
But
wasn't it that was it that roadkill car show where they actually put a diesel in one of those kind of sedans?
Yeah.
But pretty much all this, these are all model kits, everything.
You know what you could do with some of the stuff that's boxed up?
You got the horse.
Well, Dad, there was a horse. That's right. Oh, the
Visible-
visible horse.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's the horse.
You know, that's actually a pretty cool kit. No, what you could do with those ones that are boxed up full of kits, slap a price tag on it and tell them mystery box of models by Mainway Toys.
Yeah. I'm not doing that. This guy had just a ton of big scales.
That's like 1/8 scale.
Yeah, I mean it's all over. There's 1/8, 1/16.
I mean, half the fun is digging through that stuff and just seeing what you got, you know?
Yeah. I mean, these totes are all full. All those totes are full.
Well, take them out one at a time and show us what's in them.
How many kids do you think you have right now in the building? Rough number.
2,000?
Yeah.
Probably about 2,500.
Okay.
I'm guessing. Next week they'll be close to 5,000.
Yeah, he's about to double his inventory.
So this last collection I got a bunch of magazines with it too.
Oh.
This is one of them.
All right.
Yeah, from 1960.
A 1960 Playboy? That's probably worth half the price of half the collection.
That's only like $14. I looked it up. But all these old hot rod magazines.
Now your phone's going to light up.
Meanwhile, I bet you some of those model magazines or a couple model magazines in there, there might be articles written by Keeler.
Oh, so out of every collection, I end up getting those are all the stuff that needs to be shipped out tomorrow.
Wow.
Or on Monday. That's just one day's order.
Now color me officially impressed.
No, that's just one day's order.
Let me ask you a question. When somebody contacts you and they say, we have a collection and it's X amount of kits, do they tell you what they have? You know, I have so many of this, I have so many of this, or no?
It just depends on how it comes across. Like if it's the ones that say, hey, I inherited this, they obviously don't know.
No.
The ones that say, hey, my husband died, the wife usually don't know.
Right.
You know, but then I've also bought collections where they're like, hey, I'm going to be dying within a year. I have this cancer. I'm not expected to live any more than 9 months. I wanted it to go somewhere. I don't know. I don't have enough time to try and sell it. So I watch your channel all the time. Will you just come up here and give me a good price on it and sell it?
Do you tell them I'll call me in 10 months?
Steve, the New Yorker in your show.
So
maybe the price will go down, you know?
Yeah. So that's happened before. This last collection I got, the lady said, hey, my husband just passed away a few months ago, and I found your business card in his cell phone, a picture of your business card in the cell phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, tilt down, wait, right there. Whoa, back up a little bit to the right, the Navy SEAL and the aircraft. What do we got there? Shuttle, a Navy SEAL, a 737, a Typhoon. Go down a little. A37, T-Way. You should probably put those over, include this footage with that other stuff you're doing with the military stuff. There's the Allison engine. And down a little further.
And Allison down there.
Yeah, and the weirdos and Odd Job from Goldfinger.
Whoa.
Dude, you got some stuff there.
Yeah.
See, now that's like having my kid come and sell
Stroke him a
stuff,
Kirk.
because as he says, he comes down to my workshop in the basement where all my stuff is, and he just stands there and looks around and goes, "Yep, when you're dead, it'll all be on eBay."
Yeah. Well, just having give Sparky a call.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm in 10 people's wills.
Oh, God.
I can see that. I can see that.
One guy messaged me and told me that, and he's like, when I pass, you're going to get about 20,000 kits.
Time to buy a new house. One with a 3-car
Like,
garage.
holy what? How do you, oh my God.
You're going to need an Amazon distribution center building.
Hey, the simple fact is, Sparky, it's a lot easier to buy them than it is to build them.
I get.
Oh, there's the was that Spirit of America? What are the?
No, that's the first one.
That's
I
the first
get
one. Yeah.
all these magazines too.
Wow.
And I think I got another box.
Ooh.
I can't believe I forgot the name of the guy who drove that thing. It was, and it's right on the tip of my tongue.
Frank Breedlove.
Breedlove. God, how could I forget?
Here's something else. Let me show you something else that's crazy. So our model club is in Delavan, Wisconsin, and I'm not going to be able to go back up there until probably November because we have stuff. It's the meeting is every other weekend, or no, not every second Saturday of the month. So for the next like 4, 5, 6 months, we have stuff like scheduled already out, like car shows, big car shows that we want to go to, and they always fall during the meeting. Well, buying these collections, I get a lot of paints and supplies and stuff, and I don't want to sell it online because I mean it's hazardous material.
Ship it.
So we take it up to the meeting, and we have 60, 70 members, and they gobble it up.
Oh, sure they do.
Yeah.
Paint, supplies, full of paints, full of paint, supplies, full of paint, more supplies.
Ooh, I saw Tammy a tape in there.
And then if you go out here,
more paint.
full of paint, full of paint, full of paint, full of paint, full of paint. And then that entire rack.
Part of me, I have one of those racks. Part of me is thinking to my wicked little self, I've been wanting to get back to the Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio. I got family in Chicago. We got the Nationals in Fort Wayne. You're in whatever town you're in. And that would make a great little road trip.
Yeah. I've had people come as far as St. Louis, and that's St. Louis is 4.5 hours. So, yeah, I've had people. I have one guy that comes up here from St. Louis. He's been up here twice now, and he's planning on coming back up here in August. I have a lot of people that come from Chicago. Well, not a lot of people, like 4 or 5 people that will come from up there. One guy came down here and bought about 100 cans of paint last time.
Wow.
Yeah. It was because, Chicago's Chicago and everything else is, everything's expensive up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm selling the cans of paint. If it's sealed, it's $2. If it's open, it's $1. If you shake it and it's half empty, just take it. I don't even care.
Eric, Max, your trunk is too small for that trip. I have a small SUV. If I fold the seat down, I can make the trip worthwhile.
You can rent a box truck.
I'll tell you what I would probably do. I know the wife wants to go to some museums with me, so I probably fly into Dayton, go to the Air Museum, the Museum of the United States Air Force, not the Air Force Museum. Then rent a van, go to the Nationals. No, better yet, get a table at the Nationals, go to your place, and then take the stuff down there. Might pay for the trip. I'm all full of these great cogitations up here.
Yeah, well, your wife hasn't heard it yet.
I'm an entrepreneur. That I stole that for those who remember Ernest. But the thing is, you go to the Nationals. One of the things my favorite part of the National. I mean, obviously there were thousands of amazing builds, but my favorite part of most conventions is the vendors, seeing what models are for sale. And like you say, there's always the guy with the $5 table, and you're just like, give me the whole freaking case, you know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the one time that so we have a big swap meet up here, it's in Cedarville, Illinois, and it's kind of known in the area, like within a 100-mile radius. Like that's the one that everyone tries to like hit every year. And I made the mistake of the last one, driving my Nissan Altima up there.
that was optimism.
I'm not going to buy much.
That's how you force yourself into self-constraint.
Next thing I know, by the time I leave there, I bought out one guy's table. I had to ask another vendor, which was actually local here, he has a like slot car track here, if they could bring back about 100 kits in their van. And then another guy approached me and said, hey, we got about 100 kits or so that we want to sell you on the way back down to St. Louis, and we're just going to stop by your place and drop them off, because I didn't have no room, obviously. And then I bought another guy. I bought about 70 kits there, and then wiped out that other table. So I'm like, yeah, next time I have to bring the truck. I made that mistake. I knew that was a mistake, but I was like,
ask Brian to talk about his $5 bag kits and his $10 box kit sales he runs. Okay, tell us about that. I didn't see an X13 anywhere.
Well, the $5 bags, those are actually all gone, because I have a guy now that got a hold of me and said, anything that you're selling for $5, I'll just take it all.
Yep.
Well, like there's probably never going to be that again until he says stop. But then the $10 kits were just basically the ones I couldn't sell for 15.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, and I've been sitting on them for a while, and I just need shelf space. So that's the thing. Like, I don't.
There are other factors besides just price.
Yeah, when I first started doing this, there was a lot of kits that I was like, how in the hell am I going to sell this kit? Like, nobody wants this kit. It was the first one to sell, and I had 12 of them. And it's like, I knew I was onto something, because, like, well, I do have 41,000 subscribers on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that, like, not all of them are model people. I would say probably about 2,000 to 3,000 are actually model people. And out of those people, 500 are buyers.
Uh-huh.
So, but they're just not buying one or two. A lot of them buy multiples.
Yep.
You know, like a lot. So, and I know how to get more people to the channel. I know how to, yeah, I get my Facebook page has about 8,000 followers on it. So, I mean, that's all model people. That's all model people.
Right.
On there. So, like, you know, I can make it bigger if I want, but then it's just going to get right back to the point that you said earlier before we started the show. You've tried to buy some stuff off of me before, and it's already taken within 3 minutes. You know, and I don't know how I can fix that right now. I you know, and
Well, I'm not sure it's something that needs to be fixed. You're in the business of
Yeah.
selling models. If you have built-in customers that are going to take some, you owe it to yourself to take the
But
path of least
I
because you're
don't
going to make
wanna
the same
lose
money.
people because they're not getting stuff. Like I've had people that have actually got vulgar with me and started sending me nasty text messages because they're like, "We never get anything." Yeah. Like, oh, okay, well, first of all, stop your crying because you sound like a,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
We know.
Second of all, like, you're not the only one that watches. You know, and these are the same people though. These are the same people that will message me an hour after the video drops and expects everything to still be there. Like, you're an idiot.
Well, they don't. They're used to eBay where stuff stays up for 7 days. They're not used to the idea that when your videos go, you've got well, which is basically a core client base,
Yeah.
right? That they're competing with. And you know, you may want to put that in your videos that look, I have a core client base that's already asked for these things, but here's
Everyone
what
knows.
is, you know.
I say that all the time. Like I have a little like thing that I say at the beginning of the videos before I like do the sell-offs. Like, and it also says, like, it basically without, in other words, like there's a lot of people watching.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's it's not a surprise when I drop a video and I do like I kind of if I scan almost all the shelves. If I scan about, I would say 300 to 500 models, and I turn my phone off when I go inside, the next morning, it's not a surprise when I have 150 text messages
Wow.
because this happened multiple times.
And I feel noble when I have 40 or 50 emails a day.
Yeah. So
Look, it's first come, first serve.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. People have alerts. They should put an alert on their phone, which when you put up a video, they get the alert.
Yeah.
It says there's another video.
And a lot of, and I have other people that are like, I can't text you because I don't even know how to text.
Now, Steve.
So they have to call me.
You've got him on Zoom in real time. If there's anything you want, tell him so he can pull it right now.
We don't have that much time for him to go through everything.
Okay. And so other people, I have told other people too, like, if you want to call me and you have FaceTime on your phone, we can do a FaceTime video and I will go through stuff.
There you go.
Okay.
But you have to have FaceTime.
There was a part of me thought, well, if I buy all the military stuff, I'll be helping him out. But judging the rate you're going, you're doing just fine. Somebody's going to snatch all that stuff the next 48 hours. And I have no place to put it. So, but sometimes I really have to grab my finger and go, stop it, stay away from the keyboard, but it's a beautiful thing though that the market is still that vibrant. I mean, personally, I'm reassured by the fact that things are banging out for you so well, because that's great.
I did a video of like right before I started selling about what my personal opinion is about like the model car industry and the hobby dying. And I don't think it's not even close to die. I think it's total opposite. I think it's total opposite.
I've gotten a lot more optimistic about it myself.
What sprung that was 3D printing.
But I think 3D printing, it has a long way to go before it will replace models. But right now, it's more of an adjunct and it's an enhancement.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
But there probably will come a time when it's the way it's done. But I don't think that's going to happen in Steve and mine's lifetime, and maybe not in yours. The technology still has a little too far to go, but it will get there probably eventually. They'll basically have a replicator, but
it's grown in leaps and bounds.
Max, do you have an Aurora X13 Vertijet? No, and if I did, I would not be interested in selling it.
The whole thing that'll make it more, how should I put it, accessible is how fast they can write files and how cheap they are.
Yeah. And they won't be
Because
much because
when you can just download the file and print it, and I've bought a lot of 3D accessory parts for kits I'm building, and they're really fantastic kits. The
Yeah.
pieces,
Yeah.
it's common. The question is just how long is it going to take for it to,
As far
stand
as
next to.
we've got some
the
folks
Styrene.
asking if you come across an Aurora X13 Vertijet, but I expect you
Yeah,
to call me before you call them.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Well, it'll say Aurora X13 Vertijet on it, and there'll be a little Delta Wing jet parked up against a racing platform.
Yeah, I'm not military.
Let me put it this way: if it says Aurora and it's got an airplane on it, it's gonna actually. Aurora has this ridiculously strong following, and I can understand Johan, which are really great kits, but Aurora has this enormous following, and a lot of their models were truly mediocre, but man, people just love them. Probably because they had them as kids.
Because they were the first things they probably built.
Yep, and now, remember this one thing. If you come across a tank that's by Aurora, called the MBT, Main Battle Tank 70. Just let me know.
Yeah.
It's consider it pre-sold. It's not a great model at all. My attachment to it is purely emotional. Okay. The MBT was a program the Army, super quick background. Back in the 60s, we decided we'd do with the Russian threat, in the Fulda Gap and blah, blah, blah in Europe. We need a super tank. So, let's work with the Germans. They always made interesting tanks. So the Germans and the Americans together tried to design a tank. I cannot tell you how many ways of bad this was. Half was in metric, half was in imperial. Yeah, this you need a 10 millimeter bolt. This you need a 3/4 inch. But they came out with the Main Battle Tank 70, which I would advise. I would suggest you go watch one of the many documentaries about it online. It was right out of science fiction. And it was way too expensive. It had way too many technical problems, but it was wild. It looked like it came from another planet. Obviously, we never built it. The Germans went and made their Leopard. We went and made the XM1 Abrams. But we all used technology that came out of it. And two of the things, one's in a museum in America and one's in a museum in Germany, the two that survived. And it has an almost cult-like following because it led to the M1 Abrams and the Leopard tank that exists today. Well, when I was like 9 years old, my brother's best friend, who was a fantastic model builder, Doyle Pope, brought one over to show my older brother. He goes, the MBT-70, it's the new tank the Army's playing with. I saw it, and I just fell in love with it. It was sleek. I mean, it's a tank, but it's sleek and got all these cool features. And so fast forward the clock 50 plus years. I go, that'd be kind of a cool tank to go out on eBay and see what one's running. They're insane because there's probably very few of them left. They only made it for like a year or two. And,
Ryan, are there any brands in all the buys that you make that seem to be more prevalent? Do you buy more Aurora kits, or is it more ANT kits, or is it more Revell kits, or is it just it's just a wave of everything?
It's more of just pretty much everything. I mean, the more common ones are like the AMT, Revell, monogram stuff, but like, the Johans are. I actually have one guy right now that I'm waiting for a callback from. I bought a collection from him that he had in his garage, and we got to talking. He's like, I know I have 50 to 100 Johans sitting in my basement, but I can't get to them right now because there's stuff blocking it, and I have to move stuff out of my house. And he's supposed to really give me a call like any day now.
Well, we'd be glad to go over to his house and help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told him that too, and he's like, no, there's just so much stuff down there. But I did buy a collection of 100 Johans about a month ago from one guy. But Yeah, then this other collection I got about 2 collections ago of all the big scale stuff. That was just amazing. That was like once in a blue moon thing. But I really haven't bought that many collections. But I'm only like I think I've bought about 24, 25 right now. That's all I've bought. But I mean, you get a lot of the newer stuff, but when people say, "Oh, I've been collecting since the '70s, the '80s," like that gets me excited. So, because you're gonna get some good stuff in there.
Steve, Eric is saying that NPC are the best sellers.
And I just told him more plastic crap. I find.
I knew that was coming. Sparky, I imagine the Joe hands, as soon as you show them, they're gone.
Not necessarily. There's some that I've been holding on to for a while, but I also haven't recorded them for a while either. But I mean, you got your common Joe hands, like I'm looking at them right now, like the Sox and Martin stuff, the Dodge stock car, like the Superbird. They're almost every 3 collections you find them in.
Really?
Yeah. But then you get excited when you get a flat box. Or you get a Cadillac or something like that, or
I take back what I said on the MBT 70 while we were chatting. I ran out to eBay. I did find one for $35 complete. So it wasn't as bad as I expected, but it was the only one. Everything else was just the box. So that you can't usually find it. So they are rare, but apparently they're not terribly expensive. But I didn't realize it was 1/48 scale, but thinking back, it wasn't that big. Still, I'm not going to buy it because I've got too much stuff. My attitude is I can only cut out so many things at one time. So it's either stay on my diet and buy more models or buy less models and eat what I want. And I've put on 12 pounds.
I see a comment on here. Dave Carranza said, do I ever come across any Japanese Tamiya Hasegawa stuff? Yeah, I do. Every now and then. That one collection that I got, that was a lot of the military. The other half was all Tamiya and Hasegawa stuff. But it was the same problem. Like the stuff is just so picked apart and everything was off the sprues. Like, what in the hell did this guy do?
Yeah. You were talking about you and I were talking about Mobius the other day. And so it says, how's your Mobius kit stock? How are you sitting on Mobius right now?
I actually just pulled all of my Mobius out, and I had about 30 of them, and I sold probably about 25.
And you were saying they're really
the one guy.
You really like, yeah. Well, I figured it was the one guy. You really like the Mobius kits, though, right?
Yeah, they're extremely detailed. They're a little bit more, but I mean,
get what you pay for.
Very, very detailed kits, and they never. You never have problems with stuff fitting. I never had.
They make great pickup trucks.
Oh yeah,
Dave is the guy. Dave Kranza says
20 pickup trucks. Yeah,
yeah. Dave Kranza says he's the guy you shipped to in Arizona. Of course, I don't think he's your only Arizona customer.
Okay.
But, I guess that means something.
Yep. Okay, now I thought I recognized that name. Yep.
So now, what is your least favorite kits? Like either hardest to move or they're just crappy kits?
NPC.
I'm talking to Sparky. We know how you feel about it, Steve.
Like I said at the beginning, there's really nothing that okay, military.
Well, we're talking cars.
God, there's really nothing because it's so weird because the Impalas I've got a lot of Impalas, but I was an Impala freak, so I collected a lot of Impalas. So
I love the Impala also. But I have the Supernatural Impala built in my coffee room. I mean, it's on display under glass.
Yeah, I made one into the beer car from oh god, I can't remember the country that does the beer cars, but I made one into a beer car because it was 4-door. But what always surprises me about this is like I can scan like the same area, the same kits 7, 8, 9 times. And every time I might sell one, maybe two. And then that 11th time that I show it, I sell half the rack. And it's like, you damn people have seen the same shit every video for the last 10 videos, and now all of a sudden you want it all?
Well, maybe they didn't see.
What's wrong with you?
Steve,
You're the same people that are watching. Why can't you get it like 9 videos ago?
They're
Oh,
saving up.
It's nothing that I like.
nobody
I
wants
will
it
literally
until
sell anything.
nobody wants it
Everything
until they
sells.
do. Steve, Eric asks, "Can you show me where on the doll where the NPC kit touched you?"
Same place the Aurora kids touched him.
Oh, and I ran out of rocket fuel. I should probably go reload. This would get real interesting.
No, it's so like, what was the one kit? I think it was a vintage police car. Do you know that?
Yeah,
You know
I
what
know,
Okay.
It's like
It was
it's like a 71 Fury or something, or
No. This was like 29 or 30s. Early
oh,
30s.
okay, so it's all right.
I had probably 15 of those at one point.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, who in the hell is ever going to buy this? And every now and then I'd sell one here and there and stuff. And then all of a sudden, one guy wanted like 7 of them.
It's just
And
he
then
finally
after
saw
that-
your video.
About a week later, one guy bought another 5. And now I'm like, now it's down to 1. And then I sold the last one. I'm like,
It happens.
what just happened?
It hits in waves. When it rains, it pours.
Yeah.
I know exactly the kind of thing you're talking about. As Steve can tell you, and you're experiencing this from a different position, but still the same thing. Steve has told me many times that when every year a model company has to decide what they want to add to their product line, and they basically need a crystal ball, and it takes a year to get from what they pick to get it on the shelf, right? So if they pick wrong, and they're just trying, like, nobody's going to want this. The famous Aurora Frankenstein, nobody wanted it until the last day of the hymn show when all the kids saw it and they realized, hey, maybe there is a market for this. But Steve can tell you about companies like the Get Along Gang. They thought they had a nice franchise and it bankrupted the company because they called it wrong. And you're sort of experiencing that for one month something is popular and the next month you can't give them away, or the other way around,
And the good thing is you have a variety of stuff to move, not just one particular segment.
Yeah.
In your case, a worst case scenario, something sits on your shelf, you still have the product, it's just occupying space. But that's not costing you nearly as much as cutting molds, you know what I mean? So,
Right.
And then all of a sudden, I'll give you an example. I know you're into vintage cars and stuff. The 67 Impala 4-door hardtop has always been a little bit of a rarish car because most of them were sedans. But the ones that didn't have the center post and had the slightly different curve, they were not as common, but they never cost more than $2,500, maybe $4,000, because they were just an old Impala. Then Supernatural comes out, the metallic car, baby. All of a sudden, this 67 Impala 4-door hardtop becomes the star of the show. And people are getting 40 freaking grand for the things. And they're still up around, the show stayed popular. Went 16 seasons. And the show stayed popular enough that they're still hovering up at that price. So you're one minor pop culture thing away from something that you couldn't give away becoming all of a sudden a valued asset.
Yeah.
I remember when being blonde and beautiful was all that mattered, but those days are gone. So what else?
Hey, Troy.
Hey, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me for such greats as The Revenge of Abe Lincoln. But, oh my God, you remember they made the movie Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter?
Yes.
We took my nephew to see the movie Lincoln. What happened there? We're going to see the vampires. Oh, But so what else have we got going on, guys?
You know, it's really interesting to hear how successful you've been and how your business has progressed, which is a testament to the fact that no, the kid's hobby's not dead.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I find it very
It's
comforting.
definitely not.
There's
Definitely not that.
still a lot of people out there who are engaged and they know what they want and they want to get stuff that they had before or they missed the first time or two around. And it's good to hear.
But I imagine
Yeah.
most of your customers are north of 30. I mean, or do you get a lot of young? I don't figure you get a lot of really young people.
I was just gonna say that, like, I would say a good majority of them. I would say probably 50% is over 50, and about 25% is between 40 and 50, and the 25%
North
30
of
to
30.
40.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds about right.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
Those numbers are actually fairly encouraging. But that's Lugo's
See,
got to take off.
I think
Take care.
that the people that are the younger generations, the way I kind of look at it is that they're the ones that are doing the 3D printing,
Yes.
because the older generations, you guys don't have the patience to try and figure it out. And you hate turning on computers. I'm like right in the middle of it.
Yeah. Yep.
We're like, I can figure out something on the computer if I really had to, but I don't want to. Okay.
You're computer semi-literate.
You have to know about technology to do YouTube. You have to know, how to do that. And like, okay, well, one thing is if you want to do something, you're going to put your mind to it and do it, and you're going to learn about it. Okay. But the editing apps that I use ain't really that hard.
Yeah.
And I actually did a video on them and a little tutorial, how to figure it out. But like, what more makes me happier is the older people that are actually still doing YouTube and making videos.
Yeah.
Yep. You've taken the time to figure it out to do it. And it's like technology that, oh, I don't want to learn how to do this shit. And then you actually do it. But with the younger generation, that's all that, it's all about technology and stuff. And they're the ones that are doing the 3D printing.
They grew up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would, while I got you, a friend came with a good idea. You're trying to unload some. We got a lot of sci-fi builders here. You're trying to unload some Star Wars stuff. Is that handy?
I got a lot of Star Trek.
I know you got a ton of Star Trek. Yeah, Star Wars or just a Star Trek?
Star Trek. I only had maybe 4 or 5 pieces of Star Wars.
Okay, guys, he's got I think he's got all the basic ships from Star Trek, especially Next Generation. So if give him a shout because he's got plenty of it. And if I didn't have 12 of them on the shelf, I'd probably just take them off your hands just to free up some shelf space.
And my phone, when I do the videos, my phone number is always on the videos.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and you can even put it up here if you want. It don't bother me. I turn my phone off when I go inside the house for the day. And if you don't hear back from me, I will eventually get back to you. So
that's Sparky's Model Salvage on the YouTube. And we have about, we have 27 minutes to go. We're running way ahead. Yeah, Sparky, you got anything else you want to talk about? I mean, we got some free time now. We're kind of, I throw up a little sign that goes, the official live stream is over at this point because we've kind of covered everything that we wanted to cover. So now we can go into the realm of anything you want to talk about. Outside of politics. We don't do politics.
You guys lead.
Hey, what's your next car show you're going to? Because I know, talk about your Monte Carlo a little bit. I know you got the Energy League, but you said it's a 75?
It's not my Monte Carlo, it's the wife's.
Ah.
We make that very, very, very clear that it's not my car. It's the wife's. And it's not because she makes me say it, it's because that's the way it is. Like she's had 6 of them.
You just get to fix it.
Well, I don't actually work on cars. I grew up like around a lot of people that are mechanics, and they're very good mechanics, and it's not with the way I kind of see it is like I could fix something if I wanted to, but if something else is about ready to go, I ain't gonna know it because I don't do this stuff every day. My friends that are mechanics do this stuff every day, so if they see another problem, they can fix the other problem too. And I don't like. I have 2 full-time businesses. I don't need to deal with that.
Well, my humble opinion, 90% of being a good mechanic is the ability to diagnose the problem. I think a lot of problems mechanics, just like doctors, they misdiagnose stuff.
Yeah, I can diagnose the problem. I just ain't fixing it. My friends love me when I bring it. I mean, another friend of mine that's passed away, he had a shop for about 40 years. And whenever I would go down there and hang out, there's multiple times where a customer would come in and he'd be working on a car and they say, well, my car's doing this, this, and this, and this. And he'd be like, Brian, get in here. What do you want? Go test drive that car. And the customer will look at him, look at me like, do you work here? No. Why are you taking my car? Because he told me to do it. So I can jump in the car and come back and be like, you're probably going to need new rotors. Your CV joints are going on. I feel a clunk in the back. It's probably a U joint. Like, okay, well, that's what. And then my friend would be like, yep, that's what you need fixed. And they're like, who the hell is that guy? Like, don't worry about it. That's what you need fixed.
So you said your wife had 7 Monte Carlos. Which generation of Monte Carlos were her favorite?
The one that she has now.
Okay, so
Yeah.
like this 3rd gen, 2nd gen. Yeah.
Is this the 3rd gen?
I think it's the 2nd.
I think she has her headphones on.
Well, what you told me about your wife, she's a pretty tough gal. She can handle herself with the...
Yeah, so when we go to car shows and we have her Monte Carlo, everybody, and I'm talking every single person, will immediately come up to me and start talking to me about her car. And I'm just always like... her.
And that
Talk
was
to her. And they're like, what do you mean? Like, why don't you want to talk to them? No, it's her car. Like, and then she starts rattling off everything about it. And they're like, wow, that's like amazing. Like a woman actually knows this, you know, like, no, I got a rat rod.
Do what my wife does. The easy shorthand for that is look at him, go, don't ask me, I'm the arm candy. She's the one who knows about it.
But no, this is her thing. And yeah, that it's her car. But like when we first bought it, at a 350 in it, we knew that 2 of the
cylinders.
Not the cylinder. Oh, jeez, I'm
getting tired. You need to get more sleep. You're posting videos at 3 a.m.
Yeah, right. We knew that there was a problem with the motor, but I didn't know exactly how bad it was until I got on the interstate. It was blowing blue smoke all the way down the interstate. So I'm like, yeah, we need to figure out this motor. And we were going to do a 383 stroker in it. I had one ordered, and the company I was ordered it from told me my credit card was declined. I'm like, I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, no, it isn't. I got the payments processed. Like, oh no, it's been declined. Like, no, it's processed. And we went back and forth for like 5 minutes. Said, you know what? Go ahead and just refund it. Let's just cancel. Like, okay, we'll go ahead and refund the money. I was like, how are you going to refund the money
if it didn't go through?
If it didn't go through?
Yeah.
I'm like,
right.
okay.
I do not think that means what you think that means.
I'm like, forget it. Let's just cancel it. And then she made the comment immediately. Let's just LS it because that's what you did to your rat rod. And I said, no, I'm not. I don't want to LS your 75 Monte Carlo. Then I thought about it for 2 minutes, and I was like, you know what? Let's LS your Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
So we went and bought a 2005 Silverado, pulled the 6.0 out of it. It's a 4L80E in it. We pulled all that out. It was 2-wheel drive, and we put it in there, cammed it, redid the heads, has aluminum heads on it. It's pushing about like 600 horsepower, and put
Chasing the Hellcats down the highway.
That's a lot
Yeah.
for a Monte Carlo.
Yeah, but it gets about 23 miles a gallon too.
It's because you're doing 60 at idle.
It's crazy. Like that gas gauge does not move the way it's supposed to in a Monte Carlo.
That might be your electricity leak.
But no, it's awesome. I mean, but we've only had it in there for a very short amount of time, so like we're still working out the bugs.
Well,
But
that's a lot of
my car's
motor.
supposed to be back.
And there's still room under that huge hood.
It's always 2 weeks. My car's supposed to be back, and I kind of gave up on that, but I will have it back by the Rat Rod show. That
What is your rat rod? What is your rat rod?
I got 54 Bel Air.
Oh, I love the Tri-50s. Yeah.
It has a 5.3 LS in it. 3-link suspension. It's bagged. No back seat. We're gonna put a system in it. We're into car audio. We got systems and everything that we got pretty much. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff done to it. Cadillac front end, Cadillac back end.
Take that thing down to the Bob's Big Boy in Burbank.
Yeah, we're really big into the Rat Rod shows.
Where is the most places have a place where the car guys get together? Like Burbank is famous for the Bob's Big Boy Friday nights. All the broads come in and everything. What do you got around there? Any place that here it's the Sonic?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No, there
You know any car clubs or anything that do that?
We have car shows around here every weekend during the summer, but there's like no specific place where I'm at where people will just go hang out. Now, if you go into Chicago, they're all over the place.
Yeah.
But Chicago's also an hour and a half just to get to the suburbs.
How long does it take you to get to Detroit?
6 hours.
Yeah, okay. So that's, all right.
Yeah.
Is Chicago's the nearest major city, or you got anything closer?
We got Moline in the Quad Cities, which is about 500,000 people by the time you add in all the population around there, and the 6, 7, 8 cities there. But like, then we got Rockford, which is about 130,000, and that's an hour and away. But
you could go to the I-80 truck stop.
No.
Yeah, yeah. The I-80 truck stop is an hour and 15 minutes from my house.
I'm going to take it that this place is a known thing.
What?
I'm not familiar with this. I'm taking it's a known thing.
Oh, it is. It's Disneyland for truckers.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's
okay. I'm gonna have to go there if I do make the long trek up there. You piqued my interest.
No, it's I can't remember how many trucks did they say.
It's like the old Bruce Rossmeyer Harley place down here in Daytona.
Yeah, I mean they have everything. They have a doctor, a dentist, a movie theater. Yeah. They have a church. Yep. They have a giant store, and it has 2 tractor trailers in there to demonstrate all the chrome parts they sell and lights and stuff.
Yeah.
They don't even put a dent in the size of the building.
Wow.
No, the place is huge. Absolutely. I've been there 100 times.
Interesting.
And when you go there at night, you're driving and it's like pitch black. I mean, this is like the world has ended. There's no light. And in the distance,
the light on the horizon, like Close Encounters
Stadium.
Yeah.
And you go there, and it's like, whoa.
So I take it if you pull in there, you will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
No, not really. No.
So it's not like Mos Eisley Spaceport.
No. They're very well behaved.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
They also have a service area which can hold, like, I think it's 20 tractor trailers.
Yeah.
They have a truck wash that can wash 2 tractor trailers parallel. And in the middle is a laundromat where you can also get your dog washed.
Did either of you ever drive a semi for a living?
I did
You did, Steve?
for only 5 months.
I did it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I worked for my dad worked for a trucking company as a sales manager. And I had the job of making sure that the cabs got fueled and maintenance and jockeyed them around the lot, but I never actually drove the truck.
I did it just for a couple of weeks. They hired 5 of us and told us they were only going to keep 2. So it was, who does the best job. I'd never driven a tractor. I had a chauffeur's license, but I'd never driven a tractor trailer before. So I was the first one to go after 2 weeks, which was, in all honesty, a good decision on their part. But it was a heck of an experience. And we were only doing day trips, but I got enough experience with to realize that when I'm sailing on the interstate and I see a trucker, I'm like, I don't know what he's making, but he's earning every penny of it. And you realize that this is it's a good job, but it's not an easy job. And I used to do a lot of driving at night across the country, and be 2 a.m. or whatever, and there's all the trucks out on the highway, making their runs and everything. And it's kind of I don't know exactly how to phrase it, but the idea of this truck stop you're talking about. I mean, when I'm president, I'm going to mandate one of those every few hundred miles on the interstates, because they, you get out, you guys know, you get out on that highway in the middle of the night, especially out in the Midwest, where you can have hundreds of miles of nothing. And it's nice to know that light over the hill is a little civilization waiting on you. You almost feel like some kind of sailor, making port.
That's the trucking thing for me was the one thing that made me realize later on in life, like, if you really want to just live on the road and just actually, there's a lot of people now that you could say that they're homeless, but they're not homeless. Like, they live in their vehicles and on the road, and they just travel in their, campers or their, Econoline vans or something, because truck stops, like, you have everything there. You have showers.
What you're referring to is what some people refer to as the working homeless. And I was actually working homeless for a couple of years when I was a regional airline pilot. I got my mail at my mom's house, but I was bouncing around, staying in hotels or crash pads all the time, living out of my suitcase in my car. And I was single, so it was a great way to see the world, part of the country, and just, I lived in Maine, I lived in Key West, I lived in Pensacola. But you get a little older, and you're like, I want to put roots down. And I swear to God, one of the reasons I bought my first house was I wanted a place to put all my stuff. And then I bought the house and realized I didn't have enough to fill up one room. Ken loves that photograph of me sitting in the empty room with the one chair the previous owner left behind.
Our dream of retirement is to actually be homeless and drive around the country.
It's funny how that works. But I totally understand that. Now that I did that for years, my retirement is I want to be home. I don't want surrounded by my stuff and working on my models and making my videos and and all that good stuff that I'm doing. So I'm literally living the dream. And so we're going to be wrapping up here in a few minutes. Does anybody, Steve, Sparky, now's the time if there's anything you want to bring up, talk about, promote.
I have a few things I want to talk to them about, but after we're off the air.
Okay.
No, these are business related.
No, these are business things.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
If you want, after we get off, I can shoot a link to Keeler if he wants to join.
If he hasn't come on, he hasn't come on.
I haven't seen any comments by him, but
and I had sent him a reminder because he said he wanted to be on, but I don't know.
Okay.
He could be in the hospital again for all I know.
I hope not. And I had the pleasure of spending some time with Jim. We went to the Desertland, and I still haven't gotten to meet Mike Deser though. So that's the one thing that
No, that's okay.
Really?
That's okay.
Desertland is where?
In
Orlando. Well,
we were there. We were there about a year ago.
Oh, cool.
The guy who owns it, my good friends, I have 2 good friends of mine, and one of them worked for George Barris for like his entire life. And his partner they had a teaching museum, which was called the AutoZine.
I'll be back in a second. You guys keep going.
And we had about 125 cars. Many of them were Barris cars, and they were his East Coast guys. So when there was a show anywhere east of the Mississippi, they would take the cars and go to the shows. And it was a teaching museum. It was actually a licensed, authorized by the state of New York teaching facility. And they would teach people how to do, put louvers in, how to French headlights, how to do custom work, paint, all that kind of stuff. Well, the local government that sponsored the museum, they had some changes and they lost their building. So they sold a lot of the cars at auction. They kept some of them, and a lot of them wound up at Desertland. So we're going to move the museum down to Desertland, and I went down to do that with one of the guys and spent about a week there. And it was just, the amount of cars he has that you see is nothing compared to the amount of cars he actually has. You talk about people buy 5 and 10 kits from you online. He goes and buys 5 and 10 cars a day on eBay. And a lot of the walls that are there, and you can't see behind them, they're filled with cars that aren't displayed, that some will eventually get rotated into the display areas. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And he's got some really nice cars too. He's got a lot of cars that are the real deal, but he's got a lot of really, really nice cars from every age and genre of car. It's amazing. He's a big real estate mogul, Desert.
Yeah, people that have that kind of money, it's just insane.
He built the building in Fort Lauderdale, where the only people that live in there own Ferraris, and you drive your Ferrari into the garage, and it brings it up to your apartment and puts it in your living room. And he just built one for Porsche, and he's looking to build another one like for Aston Martin.
God,
and he built the Trump Plaza down there, and he started this thing in Manhattan years ago because he's originally from Manhattan. And it was like a subscription thing where you paid so much a month, and he had all these high-end exotic cars. And it was like sort of a club, and you could go there and you wanted to drive that car for the next 2 days. Well, you just picked the car and you went because you were a member of the club.
Sparky, you don't by chance have a Dick Trickle short track Mustang, do you, by NPC? Built
NPC.
Or without boxes, fine. That's from Eric. Dick Trickle.
I had one built. I had a buildup of one.
It's gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
That seems to be, I've had a couple of people ask about Dick Trickle. That seems to be one of those.
Every time I get a Dick Trickle car and it's gone.
I think you told me that, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the deal there? Why did the Dick Trickle, what is it about him that makes things zip away so fast?
Someone explained it to me one time, but I can't remember the story. I honestly can't remember the story.
Steve?
No.
What's the story on Dick Trickle?
He was a journeyman, NASCAR racer and dirt tracker guy. He was popular. They didn't make a lot of kits of cars he drove, so that would probably
make
lead
rare.
to the fact,
yeah.
That it's very rare.
Who was that race car driver that did the movie with The Last American Hero about?
That was Junior Johnson.
Junior Johnson, yeah. Did you think that movie? I know you love the movie Grand Prix. What did you think about the movie about Junior Johnson?
It was
okay.
It was okay, but
I know you hate F1.
No. I like F1. I didn't like the F1 movie, but
no, the movie F1.
Yeah, no, I wasn't thrilled with that. No.
I don't know anything about F1. Even I could tell this was pure Hollywood.
The 3 car movies I like the best is Grand Prix, is Le Mans, and I can't think.
Ford
the one
versus
with
Ferrari.
Niki Lauda and James Hunt. I can't remember the name of that one.
What'd you think about Ford versus Ferrari?
That was great too. I really liked the way they presented that.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was a good movie, and they had nice replicas. of
Yeah.
the cars. Yeah.
How'd you like their portrayal of Ford Jr. or Edsel or whatever his name was? The owner
No,
of
that was
Ford.
Henry II.
Henry II, yeah.
Yeah, that's about what he was like.
Yeah.
You know, he was a tough guy. You know, they took him out of the army or out of the navy during World War II to come back and run the company
Really?
because Henry was sort of on the decline, and they pulled him back, and then Henry died, and that's how he got to run the company. And he was young. I mean, he wasn't that old.
Was he any good at running the company?
Well, yeah, because what he did was he put the right people in, and that's how they were able to crank out all those bombers and all that stuff.
But isn't he the one that later got rid of Iacocca because he was jealous
Oh
of
yeah,
him?
well, he got rid of Iacocca because he was too popular,
Yeah.
and he didn't like the fact that Iacocca got more press than he did.
So no ego there.
Yeah, Eric says here, Talladega Nights, most realistic racing.
Ricky Bobby. Hey, Ricky Bobby, you
Remember,
make me spill my macchiato.
Remember, Eric, you ain't first, you're last.
I think my favorite movie is I was born to be a race car driver, and you see the dad hit the brakes on the car, and you hear, whee!
Well, when you go to North Carolina and you go up in the mountains and you go by Wilkesboro, the name of the highway is the Junior Johnson Highway.
Ah. That's Wilkes-Barre. I remember when I went into Wilkes-Barre, I flew there, and I was like, yeah, Wilkes-Barre. He goes, it's everybody like, it's Wilkes-Barre. I was like, okay. Just like Worcester, Massachusetts is Worcester.
Worcester, yeah.
And if you see, you're not from around here, are you, boy?
You ever been to Wilkesboro?
A couple times.
Yeah, no, I mean the town.
I don't actually know if I got off the airport or not.
Yeah, that was a good choice on your part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They had 5 old Nord 262 turboprops, or 6 of them that belonged to this national, little regional airline that had gone belly up. And I'd go back, and every time there'd be one less. And I was like, what happened to this airplane? Oh, some operation down in the islands bottom. They ferried them down there. And I was like, I thought those things were like derelicts. Yeah, they pretty much were, but it's the islands. But anyway. Well, guys, it's just about that time. Anything before we question, are there night races at Talladega?
No.
No?
No.
That Chevelle was driving looked like a Smoky Unit car. It's funny you should mention that. I was just telling something about Smoky Unit, where if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's right.
And that guy, if they haven't done a documentary about him, they need to.
He wrote the book on how to cheat.
Some of it was cheating, some of it was just outsmarting the rule book.
Well, that's what cheating usually is. I mean,
Sparky, are you familiar with Smoky Unit?
No.
He was a NASCAR guy who.
He had a garage in Daytona.
You was telling a couple of Smokey's more famous little maneuver. His attitude was, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
He would take a car and he would cut it down the middle and make it narrower, but it would look stock, so it would go through the wind easier.
He put was it a beach ball or a basketball in the gas tank? So when they pumped it up, it only held the required amount of fuel. Once the judges left, he would deflate it, pull it out, and pump more gas in, so he'd have to make as many pit stops. He made an elevated refueler, so he had gravity on his side, which, by the way, wasn't breaking any rules.
Penske who did that.
Oh, it's Penske that did that. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm like, look, as far as I'm concerned, cheating's part of the game.
Yep. Hey, it's just how you interpret the rule book. Well, look at Ford versus Ferrari. That's how they beat them. They were able to change the whole front assembly with the brakes.
Yeah.
And it didn't say anything in the rule book. And when Ferrari tried to protest, they said, show us in the rule book where it says you can't change a part. It says you can change a part. Doesn't say which ones you can't change.
Yeah. Well, guys, I'm going to let everybody go. We'll still be on Zoom. Hang tight a second. But, folks, From the command central of Max's models. First off, I want to thank Sparky at Sparky's Model Salvage. Go out and check out his channel. Order models from him. Buy lots of stuff. And Steve, I'm sorry Fran and Ken couldn't be here, but we still had a great time. I want to wish everybody happy 250th, happy 4th of July. Steve, Sparky, anything you want to say, a parting shot, and I'll let everybody go.
Good night, guys. Thanks for tuning in as always. And once again, happy 4th of July.
Good night. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, happy 4th of July. And my YouTube channel is Sparky's Model Salvage. So if you want to go check it out.
Guys, take care of yourselves as always. Happy 250th and Model On.
We roll out early on a Friday night, chrome on the hood and the tank full tight. 3 good buddies and a rumble seat grin. That old V8 wakes us up again. We like fast wheels and a back road bend. A little trouble with a full-grown trend. Keep it low when the engine talks. Dust on the boots as we hear them walks. Jukebox songs in the corner bar. We don't need much when we know who we are. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Rock and roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. That's our soul. If the night gets wild, we just let it roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. She wears red lips and a denim smile. Makes that whole room freeze for a while. I park it close where the gravel sings. Slide her the keys and I drop my rings. We dance real hard till the floorboards shake like the whole place gonna run and break. Neon glow on a cut glass face. Tar lines cut through the smoke and haze. When the crowd leans in and the drums hit hard, that's my kind of church in a tin roof yard. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Rock and roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. That's our soul. If the night gets wild, we just let it roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Take that highway, take that chance. Two-step rhythm in a rusted dance. Let the engine howl, let the people shout. We were born for the long way out. Yeah, we were born for the long way out. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Rock and roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. That's our soul. If the night gets wild, we just let it roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Rock and roll.
I left my desk a mess again today. Glue and paint scattered in disarray. Little tanks and planes in a silent parade, plotting their moves in the light soft fade. Oh, kid models dancing when I'm gone, breaking their wings till the crack of dawn. If only they'd learn to fix their gears instead of crashing into my souvenirs. The Spitfire is spinning like a disco ball. The Sherman tank's doing donuts down the hall. pirate ships waving its tiny sails, while the UFO's zipping over paper trails. Oh, kid models dancing when I'm gone, breaking their wings till the crack of dawn. If only they'd learn to fix their gears instead of crashing into my souvenirs. Tasty limbs strewn across the floor, they act like rebels, but I adore their midnight chaos, their tiny spree. But why can't they clean up after me? The biplane's tangled in the cobweb sky. The Viking longship gave a Viking cry. The robot's arm is lost somewhere in the bin. If they keep this up, I just can't win.
chrome on the hood and the tank full tight. 3 good buddies and a rumble seat grin. That old V8 wakes us up again. We like fast wheels and a back road bend. A little trouble with a full-grown trend. Keep it low when the engine talks. Dust on the boots as we hit and walks. The jukebox hums in the corner bar. We don't need much when we know who we are. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Rock and roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. That's our soul. If the night gets wild, we just let it roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. She wears red lips and a denim smile. Makes that whole room freeze for a while. I park it close where the gravel sings. Slide her the keys and I drop my rings. We dance real hard till the floorboards shake like the whole old place gonna run and break. Neon glow on a cut glass face. Guitar lines cut through the smoke and haze. When the crowd leans in and the drums hit hard, that's my kind of church in a tin roof's yard. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Rock and roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. That's our soul. If the night gets wild, we just let it roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Take that highway, take that chance. Two-step rhythm in a rusted dance. Let the engine howl, let the people shout. We were born for the long way out. Yeah, we were born for the long way out. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Rock and roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. That's our soul. If the night gets wild, we just let it roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Cars and girls and rock and roll. Rock and